Welcome, and I'm so glad you're here. And are you ready to start painting your tulip for Mother's Day? So I've already done this tulip, but I'm going to show you how I created it. Just going to set that aside over there. Okay. And I've got some wonderful little flowers here that I've created. Look at these pretty little flowers. Aren't they pretty? I'm going to show you how to make those in another tutorial. Those are my yogurt flowers, recycled. So we have our paint. We have yellow, orange, turquoise, blue, pink, and black. So that's going to come in your art kit. I'm just going to set this aside, and you're going to need a paper towel, and you need a pencil. You have your marker, your black marker, and let's set that up there. And I've got my little pots of water. I use my yogurt containers and recycle them for my brushes to keep my brushes nice and clean. So I like having a separate container for each brush. Just keeps them nice and neat and much cleaner. So we have our pre-sketch canvas that comes in your kit. And we're going to take your black Sharpie and we're going to outline the whole image with the black Sharpie. And you can start anywhere. You don't have to start where I do, but this is how I do it. It's a beautiful tulip, isn't it? And tulips are so springy, especially for Mother's Day, right? It's coming up soon. And I love spring. It's just so exciting to see everything start blooming and coming alive, especially those tulips. They've been hiding all winter. Now they're ready to come out and play. They're ready to come out and share their beauty with all of us. I love those tulips. So just keep outlining the image with the black Sharpie. And it's going to be a great little guide for you when you start painting. And it's going to give you a wonderful distinction in your image. Let's go around those two little leaves down here. There we go. So, and then this is just a fun little line, because that's really what art is all about. It's about lines and shapes, colors, and movement. So once you have the main image all sharpied out, then what we're going to do, we're going to create another line around this image. So I'm going to start right up here. And we're not going to go right in close to that first line. We're going to create another line. So it's going to create a border around that entire image, like that. So you stay about a quarter of an inch away from the main image. And just continue on around the entire image, and up and in and up and down and over and down, in and then around. And let's go down there. Around those leaves. There you have it. Looks good. I like it. And now we're going to, let's just fill in this part already. That's the stem of the tulip. You can fill that in with your black marker if you like. And we might add some paint over that later. It's going to make it stand out and look like a tulip already, isn't it? So we'll put our marker aside. Get our paper towel, and I think I'm going to use my larger paintbrush on this one. And I think I'm going to paint I have an orangey tulip, and I have a pink tulip. I'm going to paint a yellow tulip. So you just start filling in your tulip sections with your larger paintbrush. And don't worry about going over that black line. We'll come back to that later. But it certainly gives you a nice guide, doesn't it? To help you put the paint where it's supposed to go. And if you want to make your tulip pink, you make it pink or make it orange. But I'm going to do this one yellow. And this one over here. Very nice. You don't need a lot of paint. Okay, there we are. That's the first layer. And then I'm going to take my smaller brush and add a little bit of yellow. Actually, I'm going to take my smaller brush and I'm going to fill in that border around the tulip with pink, which is, oh, so pretty. Everything looks good in pink, doesn't it? Yes. So it adds a little dimension to your tulip. Start filling that in nicely. Really starts popping it out, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And see, like, don't worry about going over those black lines, because like I said, we'll come back to those later. But it really gives you a nice guide. It's not like a paint by number, it's a Sharpie by number. Sharpie. So keep going over that border that we created in the beginning. Fill that in with pink. There we go. There. And we'll fill this part in with pink as well. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a beautiful tulip. And I think your mom would really like this for Mother's Day, don't you? Like a wonderful gift. An activity you could do with your mom or your Grammy and share this wonderful little painting activity together. Oh, it would be super fun. Let's fill that in. There we go. There. There. Awesome. Just going to take a little bit of that pink and blend it in with that yellow. Let's see how that looks. Mm. Mm-hmm. It's going to turn it a bit orangey, isn't it? I think I'll stick with the yellow. Put some more yellow over that. Really start building up that tulip. But the orange in there looks good though. I like it. And over there, build that one in. Just dab the brush a little bit in that orange and start pulling that up from the bottom. Make it darker down at the bottom and leave a lighter yellow at the top. Oh, that's very bright and happy. It's a happy looking tulip, isn't it? I like that. So you just get some yellow paint and then just touch it lightly onto that little dab of orange paint and go down at the bottom of that petal and pull it up into the body of the tulip. Pull that down, blend that in. Don't fill that all in. Leave that because tulips are like that. Especially when they open up, they're just dynamite. They just, oh my gosh. They often remind me of poppies. They just open up so gorgeous, almost like these little yogurt flowers that I create. So we're going to dab a little bit more orange on our brush and then fill in, oh, where'd that come from? That was a happy little accident, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. Oh dear me. Oh, that's going to be okay. It'll be fine. Okay, let's just clean our brush and get some yellow paint, and we'll just paint over that. Ha ha ha. See? That's what Bob Ross calls a happy little accident. Isn't it? It turns out all right. There's nothing you can't paint over and fix. So just dab your brush in the top, just on into that orange paint again, and start at the ball and pull it up into that little tulip right there. There, that's all you need. Doesn't take much. Oh, and another happy little accident is don't spill your container of paint. But look how it moved the paint on my palette. Oh my gosh, my sleeve hit that and away it went to the floor. Oh my word, too funny. Okay then. Now we're going to take some of our turquoise and we'll fill in our leaf. Actually, we could use our larger brush here. So take your larger brush, stay away from that, keep your sleeve or your arm away from that palette of paint, otherwise it'll end up on the floor. Take your turquoise and start filling in that leaf with quite nicely. It's going to be beautiful. Just beautiful. And those ones down there, nice 3 little petals. The petal or the leaves of a tulip, they're quite very sturdy, and they're very long and narrow. Very nice. Okay, so let's go back to your smaller brush. Your smaller brush now, and pick up a little bit of the turquoise. And the water on your brush is okay because acrylic paint is very water soluble. Pick up a little bit of that blue and with your turquoise and just start stroking it in that leaf. Adds a little bit of depth to your leaf and pull that down just like you did in the tulips. Pull that up and pull it down to blend it in quite nicely. Yeah, the smaller brush works better here. Yeah. So that looks good. Yeah. And then we're going to just stroke some strategic, get a lot of paint on your brush and just stroke it like that. Don't blend it in, just dab it on there. And then we'll go to our smaller leaf. There you go. When you add water to your brush and your paint, it just moves the paint so much easier. Definitely. There we go. And then we're going to dab our blue and just stroke it down like that. And the same in this one. There we go. Sure looks like a tulip leaf to me. I like it. Love it, love it, love it. Very nice. So now our background. What should, oh right, we're going to do black in the background. But before we do that, we're going to, let's see what's going on up here. Okay, that's fine. We're going to take our blue, our smaller brush, and blue paint, and we're going to start going around the edge, that border, with some blue. And then fill that in and just stroke it out. It doesn't have to be a consistent color all the way. Just move that paint out of your brush as you move the brush along your image. It's almost like cleaning your brush onto your canvas. So we're creating another line around our tulip, our leaves, like that. It's going to be pretty. It's going to be very pretty. Lovely. See how the blue, as you move the brush, it just exposes a different level of blue. different degree of blue. And we're going to fill that in blue. Yes, let's fill that right in. Yes. And we'll fill this in blue for sure. I love the way the tulips come up early spring because they seem to, you know, increase while they're in the ground all winter. If you plant 6 in the fall, well, you get 12 or 14 or 24 in the spring. So they seem to produce very well, very nicely. So we'll fill in the blue there, kind of represents the sky. Fill that in too. Yep. There. Then we're going to take our larger brush, clean it off in our little pot of water, and make it nice and flat and easy to. And then we're going to pick up some of that black. We're going to use our black. And we're going to start painting around the edge of that blue, up like that. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to add a little bit of water to my black paint on the brush. Kind of thins it out nicely, moves that paint. Beautiful. Just go back and forth with your brush like that. Actually, I'm going to just pick it up in my hand. And see how it almost looks like water paint when you add that water to that acrylic paint. It's beautiful. There you go. Don't you love that blue around the whole tulip? And then adding the black. Oh, nice. Very nice. So see how there's still paint on your brush. It isn't as dark as the rest of it, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. And just finish the rest of your outline. Pick up a little bit more black, because usually the bottom is darker than the top of your canvas if you're following rules of how to paint. Usually I just do my own thing because that's the beauty of art. You do you. You do what you like, and you create your masterpiece. And I think this tulip is going to be quite stunning. Very happy. It's a happy tulip, don't you think? All those gorgeous colors, all those springy colors, oh, so pretty. There we go. Just fill that all in. That's why I love about these canvas boards. They're so sturdy. You can just pick it up, and a great way to handle your art. Say you're out on the porch and you want a little arts and craft thing to do, you just pull out your canvas and away you go. And there you have it. I'm going to touch that up. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to go in and touch it up a little bit, because once it's dry, this is why I reminded you not to worry about going over the black marks. Once it's dry, we can take our marker. Let me see what's dry here. Okay. And we're going to go over our line with the marker. And that's just going to finish it off nicely. Make it really pop out again, so you don't have to worry about that. It's going to be beautiful. So there you go. I'm going to leave that now and let it dry so I can complete it. And then I'll post it on my website over at SheilaMcPhee.ca, and you can have a peek there. So that's our beautiful tulip. Here's the one I did before. Remember in the beginning? So now I've got 2 tulips. 2 tulips are better than 1. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see your painting. Bye for now.